Hello everyone, this is our lecture number 4 and topics of today lecture is numerical problem based on equivalent static force analysis. This is our third problem. In our previous lecture we already done two problems of different varieties. Here we take another variety of numerical. In our previous lecture we have given lump mass directly, and in second lecture we have given dense dead load and live load including beams, walls and columns. But in this problem today we have to take only we have given plan and elevation and dimensions of beam, column, wall thickness, etc. So here we have to find the dead load, or after that we have to find the total seismic weight of the building. So let's begin it. First we see that this is the example in which we have to calculate the base share of 6-story RCC Institute building located in Ahmedabad. Number of bay in X direction 7 and number of bay in Y direction is 4. Bay width 5 meter in both direction. Story height is 3 meter. Thickness of slab is 120 mm. Size of beam is 230 into 450 mm. Size of column 300 into 600 mm. Live load is equal to 4 kN per meter square and wall thickness is 230 mm. So with the help of this value we have to find the seismic weight. So these all values is given for finding the seismic weight. Here we have given 6-story building and this is the institute building which is located in Ahmedabad. So this thing is used when we find base share with the formula AH into W. But in this numerical first we have to calculate the W. So for calculating the W, first we have to see the plan and elevation. So this is our plan. In our numerical he is given number of bay in X direction is 7. So you see here there is a 7 bay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Means this particular closed loop is a single bay. So in our question we have given 7 bay in X direction. So this is our X direction. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 bay in X direction and 4 bay in Y direction. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is the 4 bay in Y direction. And here given bay width 5 meter in both directions. So particular this loop is the 5 meter. Here we mention 5000 mm. So that is the method which we write in this form for a plan. Means 4 at the rate 5000 mm means 4 bay of 5000 mm. Here 7 bay of 5000 mm. So with the help of this plan and given 6-story RCC building, so we have to make this elevations. So here we have 6-story 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6 one is the roof. So total 6-story building and the height of the story is 3 meter from 1 to 6 means 3 meter for first floor, second floor 3 meter, third floor 3 meter means up to the roof. This is the 18 meter height and this is the base dimension. We have given here 7 bay of 5000 mm. So 7 into 5 we have get either 35 meter as a base dimension. Now first we have to find the weight. So for finding the weight we have 4 elements: slabs, beam, columns and walls. So first here we take the slabs for floor. So we take a slab for floors. So self weight of floor. So how we find the self weight for floor? If we have a plan, so this particular area, if we find this particular area and multiply with density, we get the particular plan multiply with density and thickness, we get the dead load of floors. So here our plan is 4 bay of 5000 mm means 5 meter. So 5 4 20. This is the 35. The 35 into 20. This is our area, and we have given thickness of slab is 120 mm. That means 0.12 meter, and this is the density of RCC. So we multiply this and we get here 2100 kilonewton as a dead load of floors. This is for a particular single floor, not a all floors. This we find for a particular single floor. Now at floor we have to done floor finishing also. That's why here we find floor finishing also. So floor finishing is in kilonewton per meter square. So this factor we have to multiply. So this is the area where we are doing floor finishing. So we multiply this and we get this is the answer. So after summation that we get 2660 kilonewton as a dead load of a single floor. This is for a single floor. Our sixth story is the roof. So their slab weight here is same procedure we have to find, but the difference is in floors and roof. In roof we have to provide one extra thing, that is the terrace waterproofing. So we have to provide here terrace waterproofing. So simply here we get with 1.5 as a factor, we have to multiply this factor and we get 1050 as a value. So after summation 2100, 260 and 1050, we get the total dead load on a roof. So this is the dead load of a slab. Same we have to find for a beam. So for finding the beam we have given dimension 230 mm into 450 mm. So here we convert in meter. So 0.23 into 0.45 meter. Here we have to multiply with density, and the unit of density is kilonewton per meter cube. So here we get 2.59 kilonewton per meter. But we have to find value in kilonewton. So how we find that? For that here we have to multiply with height. Okay, means length. Sorry, here we have to multiply with length here because here we have given depth and width. So here we have to multiply with length. So how we find the length? You see that in our plan we have two beams. This is the longitudinal beam and thus this one is the transverse beam. So we have to count this longitudinal beam and transverse beam. But before that we have to calculate length of this beam and length of this transverse beam. So how we calculate? If we take a longitudinal length, so we have given center to center length is 5 meter, but we also know that the dimension of column is 300 into 600. So for finding the clear span of beam, we have to subtract half column from that side and half column from that side. So here we subtract it and we get 4.4 meter as a length. Same we do for a transverse direction. This is our column and the center to center distance is 5 meter. So either deduct half of column width here, half of column width here, we get here 4.7 meter as a length of beam. So we have to multiply 259 and this length, we get the answer is 398.86 kilonewton and 389.54 kilonewton. So this is the value of beam dead load. Means we find here dead load of beam in longitudinal direction, in transverse direction. Here we multiply this 7 into 5. This is the beam numbers. How many beams in longitudinal direction and transverse direction. So this is for a longitudinal direction and this one is for the transverse direction. Now we have to find same dead load for a wall. We have given 230 mm thickness of wall. So here we take thickness 0.23 and here we construct a masonry wall. So density of masonry wall is 20 kilonewton per meter square. So here we multiply with 10, we get 4.6 kilonewton per meter. Now here we get this value in kilonewton per meter. So we have to multiply with height. So getting proper load of the walls. So for that we see further slides. But here we count the number of walls like beam, because the number of walls and beams is same. So here we multiply with this and get the value is 708.4 kilonewton per meter for longitudinal and 691.84 kilonewton per meter for a transverse direction. Same we have to find for column. We have given column direction is 300 mm to 600 mm, and here we have to count the number of columns and multiply with density. So here we take 0.3, 0.6 as the area and 25 is the density. Here column is 40. So easily we multiply it and we get here 180 kilonewton per meter, because here we have a meter square value. So here we get kilonewton per meter value. So we see in further slide how we convert this kilonewton per meter into kilonewton and this kilonewton per meter into kilonewton. In these elements now we have to find the live load. So how we find the live load and mass? Actually, when we calculated the lumped mass, we have to calculate according to clause above and below the height of the floor. Means below the floor and above the floor, we have to count the height. According to clause 7.4.1, the seismic weight of each floor is full dead load plus approximate amount of imposed load as specified in 7.3.1 and 7.3.2. While computing the seismic weight of each floor, weight of column and walls in any story shall be equally distributed to the floors above and below the story. Means above and below the story, means we have to count. This is not 3, this is the total 3. So for first floor this is 3, this 3, second, for third floor this 3. But when you reach at the top, so for a roof your height is 3 meter only. Sorry, for a roof your height is 155 meter only, because here we have to count only the below part, we have not any upper part. That's why here we have height is 1.5, but for all floors we have height is 3 meter. So for finding the total weight of floor, what we have to do, dead load plus live load. So for slab we already find that, for beam we already find that, but in walls our value is kilonewton per meter, so we have to convert in kilonewton. So what we do here, we have to minus 3 minus 0.45. 3 is the height of the wall, because we have given story height. So in story height beam depth is also included. That's why here we deduct the depth of the beam, that is the 0.45, and divided by 2. Why here we do divided by 2? Because here we see that for a roof we have to count only half story. That's why here we divided by 2. Same thing we do for a transverse direction, and we get here 1785.306 as a value of wall for a roof. Now for column, same thing we have to do. In column for roof, we have to take story height half. That's why here we do 3 by 2 and we get 270 kilonewton as an answer. So total weight of roof is 5503706 plus 1050, we get 6553.706 kilonewton. This is the total dead load plus live load of the roof. Here live load is 0, because according to IS 1893 part 1 2002 clause 7.3.2, in seismic weight calculation we not included the live load on roof. That's why here we take roof live load is equal to 0. Now we have to find seismic weight for a building floor. Same formula here we use, dead load plus live load. So for slab we find 2660, for beam we have find 288.788.4. Now for walls, here we have find 708.4 and 3 minus 0.45 plus 69184 here. So here we take 3 as a answer. Why we take here 3 as a answer? Because for floors we have to find 3 as a story height. That's why here we take 3 as a story height. So here we get 3570612 as a kilonewton. For column we have here get 180 into 3, because for floors we count height story is 3, so we get here. And for floors we have to find live load as a 1400. Here we take 1400 as a live load, because for finding the live load here we have given 4 kilonewton as a live load, 4 kilonewton. But in our IS 1893 2002, that is one clause is given, for above 3 kilonewton per meter square we have to take 50% of the live load. That's why we take 50% of it, so 2, and we have to multiply with area. So directly here we get 1400 as a value. So simply we have here add up this and we get 8959.012 kilonewton as an answer. Here we have 5 story and 1 roof. That's why here we multiply with 5 and add 1 roof. So we get total 51348.76 kilonewton as an answer. So today's lecture is over. The remaining part which is remaining, we learn in our second part of this lecture. Thank you.